Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Elected himself, first rightful ruler. Hey yo! Yeah. Hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at Ethiopia.
Today is the Battle of Adwa. This is the victory day. March 2nd, the battle started on the 1st, but by this day, this is when the victory was sure, and we want to salute those Ethiopian warriors who fought over 100,000 by some estimates that took to the battlefield and slaughtered the Italian army that was coming to enslave the last free bastion on the African continent. And with that victory securing Ethiopia's place in the annals of history, the land the Almighty loved to be, this blessed land. And to I, this was, as a young Ras, one of the main things that allowed I to accept the divinity of His Imperial Majesty. Because I said he comes from this land that is of almost mythic proportion where no foreign invader was able to conquer. How many of those are on the planet Earth? Ask yourself these questions. And if there is such a place, would it not be because those people had been given divine protection? And when you look through the annals of history, the name of Ethiopia, carries that mystique. So this battle really solidified because this was emerging into the Western world, emerging against modern realities of military might. This is the age of the Maxim machine gun, heavy artillery. Bow and arrow can't work again. Hand to hand now work again. The Ethiopians prevail. So we salute the Ethiopians. And we also want to salute the women on the battlefield. Today we're going to talk some about Empress Taitu, and we are in March, which is Women History Month, on the Lion Voice Network. I am so happy to announce we are going to be flooding the algorithm with the works of the Rastafari woman. This month we have a lot of content that we're going to be serving the item from the sister in them. The sister in them take over the channel this month. So if you're not subscribed and you're a sister, hit that subscribe button. There is no platform. Let me just say this first. Let's get this clear, family. There is no other platform on the internet that have more Rastafari woman content than this platform. We have interviewed some of the frontline workers, sisters who are doing mighty work, and we have many, many, many more that we are going to be interviewing. Some of them in this month. We have Lion Talk Live, all of the platform, the shows. We're going to be addressing the Rastafari woman. We're going to try to get a Lion Love episode out as well. So March, stay tuned. This is the month for the Rastafari woman. We are getting ready to flood the airwaves. So brethren, make sure you support. But we are going to be starting out that by looking at the great Empress Taitu. We have many interviews coming This was one of the interviews that we have coming is with Dr. Chenzira. Dr. Chenzira is a Rastafari queen who is also an academic high scholar, former head of a department at the University of the Virgin Islands, now currently a professor. But she is a dynamic, powerful Rastafari sister. We're going to be launching her episode Monday, so stay tuned.
Then you can keep that kind of drive going.
So the journey to Rastafari, when did you say, okay, I'm going to identify, because there are many Pan-African, there are many pathways on the Pan-African journey. Why Rastafari? Why not Kemet? Why not Hebrew Israelite?
Well, because we did all of that. Because everybody did all of it. You come to, as a youth, you're going to be around persons that are into Rastafari. And Rastafari looked a little different. It wasn't as grounding. It seemed very patriarchal to a point that was somewhat kind of resistant, especially for young daughters like myself at that time that were, we were around very strong women. So that was kind of, okay, I'm not sure if I can do that. So you kind of observe, study, being around literature that helped us to recognize about the Quebra and what was part of that teaching, what were some of the Nilotic Valley connections, what was the Sudanistic component, what was, you had to look at a whole lot of different things. And then, of course, you look at the Hebrew Israelite, African Hebrew Israelite, you kind of navigate, and then you try to see the more progressive Christianity, and then you go into a piece with Islam, and then you navigate to, people come with the Buddhist, the Bon, the Hinduism. It's like, all of them. You do like a overarching piece, being around Ifa, seeing that the Ifa tradition, not just the religion, but the system, more correctly, the tradition.
This is a well-learned guest family. Well-learned. So, this is someone paid to teach the next generation of scholars. So I'm just here in awe. Continue, sir.
Well, no, this is important because I need for the listeners, the viewers, to know that it's coming from a place of humility, though. It's not coming from a place of... The PhD was really from my parents. The master's degrees were from my parents and family. And it's important, because it allows us to have certain tickets to do certain things. However, it's what I learned outside of the Eurocentric institutions. It's what I chose to travel and engage in, whether it's through initiation or through another layer of edification, not just education and training, but like edification and practice. I've lived in countries where they made me learn plumbing. They made me learn electrical things I could do with my hands. They had me involved in agriculture. They had me involved in understanding astronomy. That's why sometimes for me, I'm going to always go into a space, especially outside, to navigate what's going on above us, what's happening planetarily, not astrology so much, but like what's happening with the planetary bodies that influence air, fire, earth, water, and spirit around our spirit, ourselves, our body.
Everything is connected.
Everything, yeah.
So I took you off the track of why Rastafari,
Because that actually didn't take me off the track. We're bringing, this is the same track. Remember, it's like a long track. It's a long track. It's a long track. Because part of that is because there's a grounding when we speak of, because I do dwell in a space as a Smaitawi priestess, and there's a element that comes with that, and because of that
break down the Smaitawi.
Smaitawi is
a big thing.
I didn't know it was a big thing. I was small. But Smaitawi is that ancestral, ancient, African, Nubianu, Kushianu, Kemetu legacy. So I'm going to say that again. Ancestral, ancient, African. When I say African, I'm speaking of the soul and the flesh of those that come with light, right? Not just they're African in terms of defining us through a geographical space that's only the 12 million square miles of the continent. But I'm speaking of the Africa that encompasses wherever we dwell, wherever we go. And when we speak of that ancient ancestral African, Nubianu, Kushianu, Kemetu, we're speaking of the entire length of the Nile Valley. We're speaking of the entire length and breadth of what in ancestral times was referred to Hapi. And those that remember Hapi were recognizing water, recognizing water bearers, were recognizing those that respect water as life. And that would go from the beginning of what persons, like one of my teachers, my godparent, and Dr. Yosef Ben Yakanan guided us to really learn.
You knew Dr. Yosef?
That was my Baba.
I want to send some love to Mama Fire in Portland, Jamaica. Mama Fire, Papa Fire in Portland, Jamaica. Big up Raspele. All of the Portland Nyahbinghi Center family. And there's Nyahbinghi taking place now. Heard directly from Mama Fire that the JPS, the government officials, came and chopped down all of the fruit trees on the property. So a cry of protest is going out. Big up Ras Jabali from House of Siba went out there and took some footage, so we can see some of the damage that was done. Very serious, very serious. So we're sending prayers to Mama Fire and the Portland Nyahbinghi family. We have to come together to stop these things, and one of the things that we have to make sure that we do is ensure that for all of the properties that we inhabit, one of the things in this time we want to make sure we get the land title and start really claiming these, so that the legacy of these historic properties can be protected, and these abuses, we can make sure that justice is done when, you know, ones come, because obviously this is a move to get the center to move. These are valuable real estate times, and some of I people are seated on land that is very valuable. So again, big up to Mama, Papa Fire, Portland Nyahbinghi family, and we're sending prayers. Now, having said that, we are wait. Before I even go no further, let me big up the Lion Pride and the Lion Pride on Patreon.
Ethiopia, it's time to stand on the parade. Mama Africa, battling Adwa. I see tens of thousands of soldiers. Nyahbinghi warriors, they're fighting in Adwa. Tell them that no slave master could ever come take over Africa. Battling Adwa. Tell them, see the ark of the covenant, them won't come take over.
They try to ambush, push. Didn't know the power lion, we run the bush. Chop down the wicked with sword and flesh hook. On the great Rasta Conan, ride on them horse and slew off them gunmen. In judgment, Italy you found filthy. In the Vatican where they practice necromancy. Bakula Adwa 1896, get whipped with stones and sticks. Highly rollers coming down from high region. crushing your troop and legion. There's no division when all the tribes come together to defend with wives and with mothers and the land of our fathers. King Menelik leaves the Rastas, young Tafari, 4 years in the passage. Try to live in peace, the wicked always on a rampage. When you check the history, you see who's the real savage. At night while they sleep, move me with the damage. Giving thanks for life, chopping heads in the silence. So much bloodshed for Africans to be free. Can't forget about the Zulu, Ashanti. So don't press her, you should have known better. The Ark of the Covenant stays in Ethiopia.
Adwa, Ethiopian, it's time to stand and liberate Mama Africa. Tell them in Adwa, tell them that no slave master could ever come take over Africa. Tell them in Adwa, tell them I see tens of thousands of Nyahbinghi warriors, them fighting in Adwa. Don't know, for the Ark of the Covenant, them won't come take over.
Yo, what's going on at the break of dawn? I'm hearing gongs. Everyone is running for arms, chanting the war is on. Just heard a sound from Menelik II, saying everyone grabbing the weapon. Hey yo, it's Armageddon. I see the enemies intruding. Good over evil, confident we're not losing. Even the women on the front line, barefoot gun shooting. Black liberation, worldwide revolution. Zimbabwe, South Africa, the same revolution. Defending ourselves against colonial pollution. Hey yo, I be that warrior, seated in the hills, waiting for the sound from the king to charge a battlefield. Rap for your shield. What's wrong with these fascists? Why can't they humble and be still? Yo, it's necessary. We wage war with the enemy.